What's up, everybody? This is Kurt H. I am the Lazy Farmer, and it has been a minute since I have been with you guys, but you all have been on my mind. I've got some ideas rolling around this little pea brain I have of what I want to do, but tonight we're going to spend some time in Railroader. So, continuing today, I'm not even sure what day I'm on. I've been playing around a little bit on this. I'm on day 13. So I've done some work on this one, 13, and made some purchases, and then I found that I actually had to take a loan out. So I got $6,000 out there of outstanding debt. I got a total balance of $500 in my pocket here. So I got some work to do, got some cars to pick up, cars to deliver, and so on to make some money. But I was at $7,000, but I paid out some of that back. So, but I'm going to try to buy that down as soon as possible. And the reason is because I really didn't pay attention, and I guess there's normal wear and tear. It seems like, or maybe I hit something a little hard. I'm not sure, but my 10-wheeler, one that we recovered. I've been using that a lot, using it for running freight. Then I run passenger, then I run freight, then I run passenger. And then I bought this, got rid of the first mogul, bought this little tiny tank Mikado, which has been an absolute workhorse, working for the Sawmill, going up to Connolly, getting logs, and then bringing them back. All right, we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this guy up a little bit to about 15 miles an hour. We're going to send him down the road. I was wanting to make sure this was switched right. So we're going to ride with him for a little bit. Usually my routine is, now it's 9 in game time. It is 9:51 in the morning. I've been doing some work. And typically what I do is at the start of the day, which is 6 o'clock in the morning, this is the first thing I do. I get this guy in place so that, within an hour he can have all these cars loaded with logs. And then I'll bring them back down, and it takes about 4 or 5 hours for them to unload. So in a normal workday, I can make 2 trips if that's the first thing I do. Well, here, day 13, I obviously didn't do it at the first thing in the morning. I started working a large cut of cars. So, what I have done, I've expanded quite a bit since I played Railroader with you guys. So map-wise, just to show you where I know a lot of people go to Bryson and then go beyond, and then they'll come back and do this. I went this way first. I went all the way down to Silva, so I got the way the story unfolds is all from Whittier Exchange Yard, which is where engine number 20 is currently sitting, all the way down here to Silva, and this interchange belonged to the Class 1 Railroad, the Atlantic, I believe is what they're calling it in this game. And so you get the opportunity to buy this. So that's what I did, is I bought this. I went this way first. So my interchange is down here. So Silva's quite an interesting switching puzzle. And then we come up here to Dillsboro, and where engine number 1 sitting. That is actually now an engine shop. So I've actually built the Dillsboro yard and put in there's an engine shop there now with a roundhouse, and of course we get the engine shop and the roundhouse here in Bryson as well too. And we also have the original engine shop here in Whittier. But yeah, engine number 1 was down. It was getting down to about 85%, and I don't remember hitting anything hard. But knowing me, I make the mistakes, so you don't have to. I think I might have, but it was down to 85%, and I noticed it was starting to really go through coal, go through water, and I'm like, okay, something's wrong with it. And I looked at it, and that's when I saw it. So I put it in the shop, and it's worked on. So, because I was down to, that took me down to Mikado, engine number 100, which I'm using strictly for logging. I needed a new locomotive. I got an engine, so I got engine number 20 sitting there. What did I buy? I can't remember what I bought. Oh, I didn't want that. I jumped to the middle of nowhere. See, I made a mistake, so you guys don't have to go back and get on Get rid of this. I gotta go find that. Ray, where'd you go? Come back here. I got ported. Oh, I almost thought I had it. There we go. I'll run up to the front of this thing by leaps and bounds, I'm telling you. All right. So, yeah, I don't remember what I got. Shift T. I want Control T. That's why I jumped to a different location. I want Shift T. What did I think I got the C25 consolidation. Yeah, that's what I bought, was the consolidation. I like it. It's an interesting. It's got a lot of, doesn't have a lot of speed, but it's got a lot of torque, a lot of pulling power. So, and then so I just went that route. I didn't want to go too deep into debt, because I really wanted to stay solvent. I didn't want to keep making money, and so anyway, that's what I did. I haven't done a lot here. I will admit, there's 2 other games that have, well, not a game. No, one is a simulator. One's a game. Trainz 2022. That one has taken a lot of my attention, and just simply because I'm trying to figure it out. Not a lot. I did the 2 streams, the 10 tutorials that they had, but those were basically on how to drive locomotives in Trainz 2022. Well, that's easy. That's the easy part. The other part is figuring out, what route to pull, and I grabbed a route, and in fact, I bought the Trona, the Lone Pine branch, and if you're familiar with Run8 and the series that I did on the Trona project, it's the same thing. I mean, it looks really good, and I mean, honestly, Run8, compared to how Trainz has it, Run8's got it. I mean, the graphics, not the graphics, the environment, the weeds, the plants, all that stuff. Run8 had it nailed, to be honest with you. So, but you get down into the assets to where the facilities are, and then Trainz 20 has that, and that's something that's on my docket. I really want to get back to get you guys some Trainz 2022 and some of my opinion on it. I enjoy it. I do. I enjoy it. It's a challenge. So, and the big challenge in 2020 in Trainz is Surveyor 2.0, learning that and building my first layout. And in Trainz 2022, that's all. It's a model railroad is what it is. It's a model railroad, legitimately a model railroad, building a model railroad on your computer. And so I've actually chosen, of course, my wish list for Run8 is that they add the Fresno and Stockton subdivisions. Fresno subdivision is the Union Pacific subdivision that goes from Calwa Yard or Fresno up to Roseville, which we know Roseville, California. And then you got the Stockton subdivision is Burlington Northern Santa Fe, BNSF, which same thing goes from Calwa all the way up to Stockton, and then eventually they have track rights on Union Pacific tracks going up through Roseville and over the mountains. But then both of those, they also go west, and there's a couple of different yards that they hit in the San Francisco Bay Area. So you know what? I'm looking at that going, come on, Trainz, let's bring that, not Trainz, Run8, let's bring that to, did he honk? There he is. Okay. Take it down to 0. I want to leave that on. So what I'm going to do, I keep trying to, you know what? I was like very tempted to do a command there, let Run8, and then F12 jump down to the ground. But all right. So what I want to do is I want to count off. I want to count the numbers here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. So all right. So that case here, I'm going to go ahead and hit this handbrake. And then I'm going to come over here. Oops, I'm on the right side. I want to come over here, that off, and pull that pin. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run back all the way down here, drop a fusee. Like that, I call it fusee. I just call it fuse. Because they're not cute. Control F. There it is. Reverse. 5 miles an hour. Get him to pull back a little bit. We'll flip this switch, and then we'll just send him on his way. We'll go back to work on the other train because he'll stop exactly. I haven't made any changes up above, so he'll stop at the next place where he can get logs automatically. I don't have to worry about it. Quincy, what's up? We were supposed to have those routes a decade ago, but it might happen at some point with Run8, but I don't hold. Oh, I'm not holding my breath. I just keep putting it out there. I'm just going to keep putting it out there. And like I said, I mean, there was somebody that was presenting themselves as a developer for Run8, and they said that it is being worked on. So, okay, well, all right. You said it's worked on. So, but yeah, I'm not holding my breath. I have learned a long time ago. I've been not only at this game, but, others that, okay, I'll give you an example. I was at 12 hours a day. And it was 12 hours of wrestling. And I mean, we had a packed gymnasium there at our school. And they've been talking about adding a second gym, which really would have come in handy today. We had a lot of schools from all over the state there. And of course, all the parents, with for all the students. It was literally standing room only, and yeah, it was a lot of parents were, they weren't upset, they understood, but they were sure wishing we had like a bigger facility. And these wrestling tournaments are getting out. I mean, they're getting huge. They're just getting huge. So anyway, that being said, I know the district has been saying that, hey, we're going to be getting a second gym. We're the last school in the district to get a second gym, but that was years ago. I'm still not holding my breath. If I was holding my breath, I'd be dead by now. Or actually, I would stop holding my breath because I would have been passed out, and then you start breathing, that kind of thing. So, but honestly, I think those routes are completed, and they are sitting on there. Really? So you think they're completed? Now, I don't know. I mean, why would they sit on them? I mean, to what benefit? I'm just curious. I'm not saying you're wrong, Quincy. By the way, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, no, that's just it would be nice. I mean, I wonder. I mean, are they looking for assets? I know. Once again, Run8, these guys are. I mean, this isn't their. I mean, it's their love. I mean, they have a passion for it, but it's not their main source of income. I think they're still working for railroads and stuff. All right, what do I got? I got left over, and I know these came out. Those are going down to the Silva interchange. I think that's Appalachian, so that's Bryson. Appalachian Hardwoods, Bryson. Standard Oils, Bryson. Bryson Team Track, I think that's Bryson. Wait a minute. Yeah, Bryson. So BR1 and Bryson. Bryson Freight House. Bryson Freight. Okay, so all these are going up to Bryson. So basically, we got no stop between here and Bryson. And I think what I'm going to do when I get to Bryson, my intention is we're going to spin that around, but isn't that pretty? Look at that. That's just pretty. I like that. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead, come around, and we're going to couple up to the front end of that thing and drag it to Bryson. So it's going to be a long drag. But I get to stand on the tender. Be like George Washington crossing the Potomac. All right, did I hit select? I did. This is LF number 20. Yep, got it. Select. Okay, so forward. We're going to come okay, all the way. Seriously, all the way. And I have been working with no break at all. Oh my God, Donna was completed at the end of time. Okay, I remember that we had that they had that conversation before too. That the whole NorCal, Roseville, Donner Pass, that was all completed at the end of version 2. And then they released it. I mean, are they getting ready to, are they going to save it for a version 4? Because I got some wish lists for version 4. I've been working with no break at all. Me too, man. I mean, I had 2.5 weeks off for the holidays. We come back. This was our first week back, and oh, I have just been. It's been like get there early, stay late, come home, and I look at the computer, and I'm like, yeah, I know. And I think, oh, the other game I've been playing a lot is Baldur's Gate. My daughter got me started. Thank you, Tana Marie, for that one. Uh, but yeah, we started playing. I started playing that. And we played that. In fact, we're gonna play that Monday. And we're gonna have one, maybe two people also. And if that's the case, I'm gonna stream it. So that'll be the first time I stream Baldur's Gate. And we might be starting a new campaign. I'm not sure yet. We haven't talked about it. Um, so of course, on Monday I'll be off. Monday I'm off. I was off today. Well, I was supposed to be off today, but I worked all 12 hours, 12 and a half hours. Um, so you've been playing a lot of Railroader too? Okay. V3, I honestly believe is a test bed for things to come. I'm thinking that's usually. I find that if they're smart in software, usually it's like every other version tends to be the best version. But my thing with Run8 is I honestly, it's time for them to put that up on Steam. I don't know why they're keeping it so close to the heart. Why they don't stick it on Steam? One, it'll get it more exposure. That's why I stream so much Run8 that I do, is because I want people to know about it. I still think that, like, this is a fun game. I mean, the Railroader is a fun game. It's a game. Okay. Interesting. This is not rendering like it was. I had an update from Windows, and I did actually authenticate my Windows, by the way, guys. I mean, you've seen some videos there in the past where I had that little watermark up there. I did authenticate, and then I had an update the other day, and ever since that update, this thing's been running a little bit sluggish. Something's going on. Anyway, going back to Run8. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Run8 is still first on my list, and that's because it is a true full-blown simulator. As a matter of fact, I was sitting with a couple of students. They came up and they're like, "Hey man, we heard you stream," and I was showing them some of my videos and what I'm into, and one of them was really into Trainz as well too. Kind of like me, and wish he had a place to build a model railroad, and he just doesn't have a place for the time because he's so busy and his academics and his sports. And I'm like, well, but he has a PC. We talked PC for a lot today too. He's a sharp kid, knows a lot, man. Made me think about, wow, I used to be like that. But yeah, we had a good conversation. In fact, we kind of built each other's PCs as we were standing there talking. But I was talking to him about Run8, and I said, well, if you're looking for a full-blown, simulator, Run8's the way to go. Run8 is the way to go if you want a really good simulator. And I say that because we all know that Run8, the physics are spot on. The Trainz 2022, don't get me wrong, that's great. But the physics in that one for the trains operate just like they would if you were on a model railroad. That's the best thing. 115 hours in rail. I don't even know how many hours I have. Lately, like I said, I just don't even have. I don't know. Does it say anywhere? I don't know. I come on and I look at it and I just like, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I like it. It's a good game, and I call it a game because of the money aspect. There's the economics in it, where Run8, you just focus on moving cars and moving trains, and how a train would operate in the real world, that's how it operates in Run8. Can't beat. So here, physics are a little bit off. I mean, so although I saw a video, somebody out there actually put the train on the ground. So I guess you can do that in this game. I know I've done some stupid stuff, got tired, and ended up, running into a car super fast. That was the first time I damaged my. And I repaired it. That's why the 85% caught me by surprise. So yeah, I don't stop the train. I don't get off. I'm not going to be super super duper realistic here. I'm not a train guy. I just play one on. I love trains. Love it. In fact, I've been finding a lot of videos lately. I don't know. It's like I swear to God, YouTube. Where did all the ties go? Look at that. Why is this not rendering? I don't know. It's really starting to bug me. There's no ties. I don't get that. So yeah, even the student that I was talking to, I was telling him what kind of video card he had. He goes, "Man, you don't have you definitely don't go for weak stuff, do you?" The only thing that I have that's, and unless this game relies heavily on on processor as opposed to CPU as opposed to GPU, then yeah, that's probably what the problem is. And I know I need to. So that's what he was kind of helping me with a little bit. I'm down to I either spend money on a processor for the motherboard that I have, or I'm down to buying a new motherboard processor. I have to upgrade my memory, which I just finished upgrading that. So if I do all that, then I'm going to get hit by Microsoft and have them tell me again that I need to upgrade my license key. So. Really? Now, where was that post on the depot? So I'm going to read this out loud here. For the last post regarding Run 8 from Jason was be prepared for some great things to come. That must have been on the depot's website. You know what? I haven't even been there in a while. Try saving and then reloading your save. That usually fixes things in real. Okay, yeah, I'll worry about it. I mean, it doesn't seem to be affecting anything other than the ties aren't there, and I know that. I saw them pop in, and so anyway, but yeah, I'll just keep going today, guys. The ties are there. They're under. Hey, you know what it is? I got it, Mr. Quincy. I got it right here, Mr. White. The ties are there. They just put down brand new ballast. Oh, I see. I don't do Facebook. Yeah, ever since my daughter was bullied on Facebook, back when she was in high school, to basically show her that you don't need Facebook or any of that stuff. I got off of my Facebook and I've never gone back. And you know what? My daughter did the same thing, and she's now 22. And yeah, no, I mean, as far as I know, she never went back. She may have gone back. I don't know. But I'm not on Facebook. Don't do Facebook. Don't do it. I should start doing it. Got some things on the. Slow down. Nice. I'll take that little. All right, let's go ahead and connect that. I have an open angle cock back here. I can tell by the little yellow right there. And by the way, guys, if you ever wondered why my mouse looks different than what you see in your game of Railroad, that's because I'm using yellow mouse, which is that for an advertisement. Let's open that. Come on, open up all the way. Thank you. This one up. Oh, back here. And next, we're going to go ahead and release that. Perfect. All right, so far so good. All right, we're on our way to Bryson. Whoa. 418 gallons of water and 2.4 tons. Coal, we might be able to make it, but I think we're going to pull in and get some water. I forgot. That's why I stopped here. Now I remember. Last time I played this, I stopped here because I needed coal and water. So let's do that before we head to Bryson. How about that? It's kind of like taking a trip. You got to put gas in your car. Well, not unless it's an electric car. That just burns the garage. It was on the Facebook page right before the New Year. Okay, well, it might be interesting. It might be, just for Run 8 purposes. It might be interesting to go look at Facebook and see. But like I said, I mean, I think I have an account out there. I just don't. I don't know. I don't remember. Well, if something's coming this year, bring it. Version 4. All for it. Bryson is becoming a headache for me. I'm in the last stage of deciding Larka or heading back towards Silva. See, Mr. White, I went down. I went the other way. I didn't go up to Lark, but now I think I need to go up there because I want to start buying cars, and somewhere up there's a coal plant. I've been watching somebody's. So good, good guy, Kerbo. I admit it. Been watching Kerbo's YouTubes, and I know he's been getting coal, and he said something that I need to start doing. I think I need to start buying some cars. And if I can find the coal plant and buy my own coal cars, and that might help save some funds. Then buy some more, what do they call them, skeleton cars for logging. And pulpwood. I haven't done anything with pulpwood. I was wondering when that was going to kick in, but I think maybe I have to do that. All right. Let's see if we can bring this to a stop right where I need it. Yeah, no, I came up short. All right. Back away so I can see what I'm doing. Go here. Let's get out of the tree. All right. Brakes. I don't want brakes. Come on back. In fact, I think this car is almost empty anyway. I just come up, see if that works. It'll fill me or if I need to back up. No, it's going to fill me. Okay, cool. Looks odd, but I will take it. What's up, Medic Matt? How you doing? What we were talking about is, well, actually, I was going on a nice little, my typical little rant, because I did a little research, and there's the Fresno route and the Stockton route. Fresno route is Union Pacific that goes from Fresno up to Roseville, and then it kind of cuts off at Stockton and heads west. And I forgot what it was. I know it wasn't the Mariposa route. It was called something else. I can't remember what it's called there, but it heads west and goes to the San Francisco Bay Area. And then BNSF kind of does the same thing, but that's the Stockton route. Fresno route, UP. Stockton route for BNSF comes up from Fresno, a little more inland, but those are the tracks that Amtrak uses, but they go up north to Stockton, and then there they share track rights with Union Pacific up to Roseville and up and over the mountain. So it was about they got to get around to connecting Southern California to Northern California, and that's the route right there. And then if they go to the San Francisco Bay Area, there's some good stuff. And if you want to look at it, you can go to Open Rails. I think it's openrails.org, I believe is what it is. And you can look at some of the tracks and stuff that they have out there. And in fact, in Trainz 2022, what I'm working on is this. There's a little Stockton, and I found a lot of videos. I got to put them up on my favorite videos channel here. But there's Stockton traction motor that they run a lot of stuff down there. They're like the Duraflame plant if you make Duraflame logs. So they got a lot of stuff down there. Lot of tanker stuff. There's when I took my Amtrak trip last July, there's a really big yard in Stockton for BNSF. And then, of course, if you know Southern California map, there's Penny Newman Grain. Well, there's a huge Penny Newman Grain facility that is on the there's a canal that comes from the San Francisco Bay Area up through the Delta and into Stockton, and there's some big ships that come up and they fill grain right there in Stockton. So that would be an awesome thing to kind of model, is bringing grain cars up from the Central Valley and Southern California up to Penny Newman Grain in Stockton, load ships. Oh yeah, a lot of good railroading, a lot of good industries. So, and that's what we were talking about. Yeah. Pulpwood comes into play when you unlock. So, see, I have got Silva unlocked. It hasn't come into play yet. But then I noticed that the last group of cars that I got before I started doing this stream, I've been playing and I stopped at 9 o'clock in the morning and I got a lot of extra cars for in down there and around Silva and Silva, Durl. I finally got cars for, well, I got cars for Dillsboro, a lot of cars for Silva, basically in this area here. And then, not Cowie, somewhere I think it was Barker's or Wilmot, somewhere in here I had cars as well too. So I got so that was new. So, but there's things that go on in here that I haven't even stopped and then started again. How much coal do I have? Oh, I got 20 tons. Okay. 4,000 gallons, 7 tons of coal. I think we're good. All right. You go get on. And then for my good friend SP Bob, who's probably asleep right now, I've been finding a lot of videos on YouTube of the cab forward, SP cab forward. So seeing those in action. I don't know if you I haven't, what, to be honest with you, I haven't been in, you're talking about for Run8 there, Quincy. So I don't know if you pre-cam the Bakersfield, but at the end of Fresno, there are, Bakersfield sub, okay, back sub. Duh. There are a ton of assets are placed, and on top of that, there are 3 route merge points sitting there. I kind of looked at it, then I went off, and now I'm doing mostly up around, Mohawk and Selkirk, and I'm in the process of getting that server going and working with Handkerchief on basically we figured out a way to share trains between his server, which he's doing the Pennsylvania. So if he ends up with a train that needs to come to CSX, basically he just sends me the files and then I can import it into my map. And vice versa. If I've got, I got industries that'll tag cars for, that need to go to, basically need to go Rose Yard through the interchange. And so in Mohawk, there's the Finger Lakes interchange. So I'm pretending that that's where Norfolk Southern comes in. And then he's got some interchange tracks set up in Rose Yard. So that's what we're working on right now. And I got my equipment sitting here, and I got to do some more work on it. And namely, it's really bugging me, but yeah, I can't even get the thing to sit right because I found a buddy of mine actually dropped it and bent the case on that computer. So I need to change my budget around a little bit, order a new case, move all that stuff over. And it seems like it seems like it's working. Even after getting wet, it seems like it's working right because they got leaked on in storage. Oh, then I'll be honest with you, I got sidetracked with Baldur's Gate 3, Trainz 2022, Railroader, and then trying to stay, true and active with Run8. And going through and completely reconfiguring Run8, and which Mohawk Selkirk, I think, is honestly like a nice little hidden gem. It's wide open for configuration. There's the that video that I forgot who it was from High Rail that they made on how auto works, and right at the beginning of that, he made a statement that when they test a new map, all they do is they put in a few symbols and just want to make sure that it works. The rest is up to us. So I kind of kick myself because all along I've been trying to play Run 8, thinking that every symbol was already there, and it's not. So I've gotten into absolutely configuring Run 8, and with Mohawk and Selkirk, I gotta go back and test it again just to make sure that it's going to work. But I believe I actually even Trainz will go into the Selkirk yard, no problem, come to a stop. I think I have the DeWitt yard so that they'll come in and stop there as well too, and on the right tracks, as long as I have all the manual switches thrown correctly, the train will come in and stop and relinquish. So pretty cool. That's all right. I got some work to do yet. So I don't know if you have free can the big stuff. Okay, but there is. Okay, so yeah, there's a killer. They will complete it and give us Stockton, Roseville. Stockton, Roseville will no longer be isolated and standalone. And I'm okay with that because okay, I gotta pick that car up on the way back. I did do my switch list, by the way, guys. Last time I was on, I have my switch list all set up. So I think the only thing that's not on there is what's going on up in the mountain getting lumber. Because I know that they pulled, they being the depot, they pulled Roseville off the server to put the Pennsylvania line up there, which is fine. I like the Roseville. I think switching industries on the Spark side of the mountain is a lot of fun. And there's one. The Sunnyvale? The Sunnyvale line out of Roseville. That's an all-day job. To be honest with you, I switched all those, and it took me 8 hours to switch them. So there's a lot of potential in Roseville, but you're right. Once it's no longer isolated, now you look at like the Mateo server, the Depot server. All these ones that are doing Southern California, now it's just, instead of being Southern California, it'll just be California. And then you're going to be able to set up yard masters up in Roseville, yard masters in Sparks, and a lot of potential to send cars, from Sparks, Nevada, from industries there down to Southern California, and, start routing cars that way. So, by the way, I still don't need to see, or I don't have a need for in Run 8 to use JMRI. I know that's come up in some of the comments that have been sent to me in Discord and on the YouTube channel as well. And speaking of YouTube, you got a chance. If you do like the content I provide, please subscribe. Give me the thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm live. And if you like it, if you know anybody in your friends or family that love trains, please share it out. Greatly appreciated. So there it is. That's my commercial for today. Oh, I'm going a little bit faster than I like. Let me turn this down a little bit. Actually, I should just do this. Go orders, road. He's going to come to a stop, but I'm going to go ahead and bump him up to 25. See if we can keep him going here. There he goes. He picked it up. All right. That was something I noticed. If I was already going, it would come to a dead stop and then pick up and then start up again. So maybe we don't have to worry about that. Stockton to Roseville, the route itself becomes extremely large. Oh, it is. And there's so much. You can look at open rails, and you can see that this is not there anymore. They got check marks on everything, and or across little X's like, okay, this is no longer active. This is no longer active. But if they go back to the era of Run 8, which is 1995 to 2000, so I put 1995 to 2005. It's right in that range. All that was open. All that was very active. So there's a huge. Stockton itself is going to be a huge amount of switching, and I can easily see that they would go come up from the Bakersfield sub, and then you'd end up the Fresno sub or the Stockton sub, however they want to label it, up to Roseville and Stockton, and then have another subdivision, because it does become another subdivision that goes west, and that would be a later add-on, and then that would get you to the San Francisco Bay Area, and so you literally comes into Oakland and Richmond there, and so you would literally be able to then have the San Francisco Bay Area, the port of Oakland, port of Richmond, tied to the port of Long Beach in Southern California. That'd be pretty cool, but it'd be a lot. I mean, it would be huge. And that would be, I think, well, it's already, I think Southern California is already kind of the dominant map. That's like kind of why I went Mohawk Selkirk, so I wanted something different, and I found something that's just, like I said, it's a hidden gem. I think I think it's something that's not, I don't want to say it's not, I don't want to say it's forgotten. It just seems like it's not thought of, and everybody's doing Southern California, so. Majority of people here, Southern California or, Southeast are the two most popular maps, with Pennsylvania being a close second in there somewhere. So I know he wrote a nice long thing in Handkerchiefs. He's got his server up and running. I've been over there playing on his server as well too. So doing some work for him over there. No, they could go this route. Soldier Summit, Roseville, and Stockton. Those all merge. Yeah. Well, the other thing too, I don't know about back then, but I know now it's eastbound, I believe, eastbound from Roseville up and over the Sierra Mountains, and then coming into Ella. Okay. Thank you. Nice. You're ringing the bell. I forgot I'm not driving this. I'm just letting the AI take it. But coming westbound, it's the Feather River route. So there's always that as well too. So, and I think they're doing some work up there. Of course, the winter time right now well, except for right now, it's been raining all day today, so they're probably getting snow up there. But it's been it's been cold, but it has not snowed that much. So, and I know I can look at the mountains from where I live, and there's not a lot of snow up there. So, I can look toward Yosemite National Park, and that's my backyard. And there's not a lot of snow over there, but they're going to get some tonight because it is cold out there. But all that being said, I know I went to go I was thinking about taking the train to go see my daughter again, and they're not running any trains. At least Amtrak's not. So you go as far as Sacramento, and then you have to jump on a bus. So it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting, Mr. White. So I think I look at Railroader, I look at Trainz 2022, and grudgingly, even though I know that Run8 is all about the physics of the trains, I basically, one of the things on the wish list is they need to come up with some more assets. So I don't know if they have to make them or if they can go someplace and buy them or what, but yeah, they need to, I think a lot of people say that's like only hit by the branch. Oh no! That's one of the things about Run8, and I'm like, well, I defend it. It's not, it's not about the scenery. Until I came here to Railroad, and I went, maybe it is a little bit about the scenery. It's kind of nice. It brings something to it, but yeah, it's still all about that. Let's see. One thing about Run8, you can always count on whatever routes they do with Godzilla, the mega routes on their bread. Oh yeah, no, absolutely, I agree. I know that like the Pennsylvania line, they flat out, there's to be continued. You know, you go to the endpoints on that one, and there's like it to be continued. And so, okay, so there's more stuff coming for Pennsylvania. Another one, of course, now it's Canadian Pacific, Kansas City, but I mean, I like to see Kansas City Southern because that was the class one. I think it's the only class one that truly goes north-south. Things that I've read. They have assets from Joiner Rails. Okay, since Joiner Rails is also in, Trainz 2022. Jason bought over 30 gigs of assets. Wow. Okay. So that's cool. All right. Good, Jason. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. So, but yeah, and I know that there's some new assets that they dropped in the Pennsylvania line. That was really kind of nice. And then there was some. Oh wait, I'm thinking of another game too. But I mean, there's stuff. I mean, I see it coming, but okay. I don't know. It would be just kind of nice, Kansas City, Southern, and the other area. This is on my wish list. The other area that I would like to see would be in and around the Chicago area. Oh, I'm almost at Bryson already. I forgot. This is a short run to Bryson. It's long down. It's a long run down to Silva. That's why when I added the Dillsboro yard and stuff, it kind of breaks up. Because without that, it's just a solid run from Whittier to Silva in here, and with nothing to do. So other than burn coal and water. This route's beautiful. So that's practically all jointed rail. All right. That's good to know. I wasn't aware of that. But yeah, Kansas City Southern. We got BNSF, UP, Norfolk Southern, CSX. Yeah, Kansas City Southern routes would be nice. And then in and around Chicago, because I mean, you can go to once again open rails and just start looking in and around Chicago, east of Chicago, a little bit south of Chicago, and there's interchange yards all over. So, UP comes in, BNSF comes in, CSX, Norfolk Southern. I mean, that's, Canadian. I think Canadian Pacific even has, they come down, and it's so that was something I was just talking off the cuff, where we came up with the idea of exchanging files to simulate a train, coming back, leaving Selkirk or the Finger Lakes interchange yard, and I'd send Hank the files, and then 3 days later, or however long it would take a train to go from Finger Lakes to Rose Yard, that would be the number of days that he would wait, and then populate that train and have it come into Rose Yard. And it worked. I mean, it does work. It's cumbersome. It's not, and that was, like I said, that was the idea. Like if they gave us something like that in the Chicago with the interchange area, yards, then, and figure out some way to where I could send a train there, and then somebody can pick that train up and bring it onto their map from the interchange yard. Something like that. That's where that idea came out of. Way too many Easter eggs in the game. 20, and then everybody wants their area. I think AGS is the next route. Run 8 is going to lose AGS. Interesting. We'll see. It'll be very, very interesting. You know what? I didn't look back. Are the cars following me still? I think they're stalking me. They're still following me. Leave me alone. Stop following me. Yeah, I like that. I like even our girls wrestling today. They got so much pride. And I mean, it's like, okay, you miss third place by 1 point, and you're gonna go find some place and hide and cry about it. You know, they're just that prideful, and I like that they're that competitive, and it's good to see that. We're gonna be section champs again, 4th year in a row. I know girls wrestling already won. They won section. Boys will come down to our rival school, which is like 2 weeks, I think, but they should have it locked up. I got boys soccer. Those guys are tearing it up. They're 13-1 right now. Wait. Alabama Great Southern, on the back of one of those Dash 9s, there's a magazine. I saw those! I saw a magazine, and I didn't even, you know what? I saw that magazine, and I never even put that together. And it's in plain view, and they wanted people to find it. Interesting. Alright, let's see. Whoa! What are you doing? Where'd my mouse go? Oh, that. I want to go into the yard. Daniel here. I should not have come to a stop, but I did. It's alright. Alabama Great Southern. I need to look at that one. But yeah, the way I equate it is Run8 is the, how am I going to say this? Run8 is for Trainz what Microsoft Simulator was for planes. So that's just the way I look at it. The realism is, so I mean, graphics will eventually come. You know, real-time weather, things like that. That'll eventually come. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the time in the upper right-hand corner. It's 10:15 already? No. Nice. Okay. There we go. All right. I'm going to pull this in. We'll go right up to here. We're just creeping in. 10 miles an hour. And we're going to take a look and see what we need to do, what we're going to grab. May have to do a run around and push some of these cars in. Yeah, not a problem, Matt. I know you're in my Discord, so we can arrange to meet up in there, and we'll talk about it offline. I'm okay with that, if you're okay with that. I figure now that you just asked me too, I remember, I think you asked me that either in YouTube or in Discord. I can't remember, but all right, let's take a look and see what we got. First, we'll go here. Okay, so Bryson Freight House. Bryson, I got 2 for Bryson Freight House right there. Okay. And Bryson Team, I believe, is right over here. Where's the team? I thought I saw the team. Oh, no, Team Track's right there. Yep, I got 2 for the Team Track and 2 for the Freight House. Appalachian Hardwoods is down around the bend. And Standard Oil, Bryson Standard Oil is, I think, down. Oh, it's down around the bend too. Yep, both of those. Okay, so I got this one down around the bend. These two, this will be my first stop. Let's go ahead and work Bryson Freight House and Bryson Team. Okay. Jump. Before I started my stream, I was watching an old CSX video on. All right, I can pull these two off. I'll go do this first. So, all right. I was watching this old CSX video on safety, and it was like they didn't tell you what these guys did wrong. You just had to try to figure it out, and it was kind of comical. You know. All right, let's go ahead and close that. Open that and close that. All right, I am not going to bottle air. Bottling air is bad. Don't bottle air. Yep. Oh, almost went off the edge of the tender. Yeah, I tried to explain to somebody else in Discord about configuring mileposts, and yeah, that didn't go well. But they finally got the point, and it's it depends for the as far as like the mileposts in Run8. If they are programmed, that's the hard thing, and that's the thing I wish that they would give us the leeway to even configure which mileposts we want to put a routing tag on, but they don't. There's only certain mileposts that they do that. But like I said, I mean, with Mohawk and Selkirk, I've had a lot. I'm actually kind of proud of myself. I've had some success with that. Okay, jumped in. I think I'm clear. Oh yeah, well clear. We'll throw this one. That one's already thrown. We're going to go around, and we're going to pull those other two off. And I think the first two we're going to go right in here. That's the easiest one. We'll get that taken care of. Now, don't do as I do. Like jump over the engine. Here we go. Right on the front. Yep, nope, that's not safety. That's not safe. Mr. White, who trains people for a living in railroad, is probably like, wait a minute, what are you doing, lazy? What are you doing? Well, I'm being lazy. That's why I'm the lazy farmer. All right, let's continue on down the road here. See, I'm not, like, I got, all the ties are here, so I don't know what's going on down there in Whittier. I think they just put too much ballast on down. I covered all the ties up. Yeah, Matt, we can meet up in my Discord. We'll go ahead and that way I can share my screen out, and you can share yours out with me. We'll just sit there and go through it and figure it out. And even in the process too, if you've got the Pennsylvania subdivision, probably can get you on the Hanks one as well too. I know that's what he and I have been talking about, how we're going to qualify people, and it's going to be, checkout rides. As long as you're not, running a train 100 miles an hour through a yard. It'd be very similar to if you try to get onto like the Mateo server or the High Green server, that kind of thing. Yeah, Mohawk and Selkirk. Yeah, it is a lost and forgotten. And I think that's why I settled on it. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, there's a lot to it and a lot of switching. the Auto Rack Yards, Gilderland, and then one in there in Selkirk. That was one of my last videos. In fact, I got to pull another cut of cars in and finish filling up the Selkirk one. Then I'll bring the time forward, and then I'll get to pull everything back out again. Get the locals going. Lehigh Cement was easy. That was pretty fun. But yeah, I think you're right. I think we can consider that the lost and forgotten one. And it's too bad. I mean, it's every bit as pretty as. I'll even do the bell this time. I mean, it's every bit as pretty as Southeast. And even if you're a Amtrak fan, that should be good too. But as far as configuration, I mean, I went through and I found a website that has all of today's modern tags for CSX, and I went and redid all the industries and changed out all those tags also on the mileposts, so everything's routing like it's supposed to. At least in the Selkirk yard, everything's routing like it's supposed to. If I can just get I'll turn the bell off. It's annoying. I'll probably do that and get up in the morning and test DeWitt again and see if the train will go into DeWitt. And as long as, like I said, the manual throw switches, as long as those are thrown right, train should be able to come down one of the two tracks that I have set aside as a receiving, and come to a stop and relinquish. If they do that, then it's golden. So even if I don't have and I want to test and make sure that it'll do it if I don't have the switches thrown against the train. That's the ultimate thing. I want them to come to a stop without having to set the switches against the train. Mike supplement. Okay, Mohawk and Sword hasn't been touched or updated since version 1. That kind of explains some things that I found. Oh, I brought that to a stop too soon. Come on. Nice touch. Alright, let's go ahead and lace you up. That's my next thing too, is I think I need to start learning terminology. I'm gonna have to have you give me a written test, Mr. White. Learn these. Get your terminology right. Right, we're gonna grab. Let's close this one. Open that. All right, that is Bryson Freight House. Bryson Freight House. Okay, let's pull those off. Actually, I can go on. Can I ride? Oh, man. All right, I'm up. Thank you. You guys stay there. Don't go anywhere. This one, no, that's machine parts. Somewhere, I think there's a car that I have to pick up that actually comes to an industry up here. I just thought about that, or maybe that was the last time that I planned. That actually was kind of fun. You can do. I know you can. That was the other thing. As I actually pulled up today, I mean, I was just sitting there watching all these kids from all these different schools wrestle today, and I was actually bored, and I went and started searching, and I found the CSX rule book online, and I started reading through that. What does that tell you? Too much time on my hands. Right, half a car, Bob. You can slow it down. That'll do. Thank you. I'm jumping off now on the ground. All right, that one, this one. Come down here, and this one. All right. Yeah, funny thing is, I've got kids telling me that I need to just go work for a railroad. You know, it did. The first thing is as I was reading it, the way it's written, I'm looking at it going, oh, it's a multiple choice test. Great. I need the actual rule book. And then I realized, no, wait. That's how okay, it's this and this or this. So I didn't read very much of it, but I mean, it was like, okay, what's, if you have instructions on I should actually go down this one. I need to go straight. Sorry. What supersedes? I can't tell you what it is now, but it's like verbal instructions over written instructions. Then the EC1 supersedes that, and then there's something that supersedes the EC1, and it just, yeah, I'm okay. All right, I'm gonna stop. That's when I stopped. I'm like, okay, but it's just one of those things that it's kind of interesting to know. That's about it. Interesting. I just was blowing the horn here, and I was thinking about Sacramento Railroad Museum. They have an excursion train, and 4th of July we went there and took it, and there was some guy standing on the side. Well, I guess he was down, not on the right of way, but he was down by his back fence on this side of the fence with a sign, "Stop the train, make it go away. It shouldn't be here to begin with." And the guy's an idiot because that train, that right away had been there since the early 1800s. It's used to supply a Union base, which is no longer around. Then it serviced agricultural needs, which it doesn't. They don't have that now, but now it's just an excursion, and they're redoing all the. So they're redoing everything, but it was just like, dude, go get a life. Seriously, you buy it's go buy if you're gonna fight the train, then go buy a house near the airport and fight the airplanes. You knew the train was there when you bought the house. Why are you complaining? And that will do. All right, we'll put it there. Let's see, let me get caught up in the thing. See, when you're in training, you have to know that rule book front and back by heart. Remember, yeah, I there was somebody that I know. She used to be a driver. One of those, she worked for the company. I can't remember the name of the company now, but where she would go out and pick up the train crews and then take them to the hotel or bring them back to the train or wherever they had to go. And then she went and got a job with, I think, Union Pacific. Not 100% sure. And she lost it right away because I think she broke some of the rules and tried to fight it, and they just, and she's in, you're in probation if you break a rule, and you're gonna act like, it shouldn't have mattered. Yeah, you're gonna lose your job. It's safety first. All right, I think I got everything here. Yep, this is Great House. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for this. There we go. All right. So we'll just step back, put that. Yep, the track lights up. Okay. And then to look at it also, $78 and $80 for dropping those off there. Nice. I can take that. I have a loan to pay. The next one you should try is the GCOR handbook. I'll look at that. GCOR. Let me write that down. I will look that up because I am a glutton for punishment. Where is my notebook? There it is. GCOR. Yeah, GCOR. All right, Mr. White, I'll look that up. I'll even do that tonight when I get done here. All right, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, I was getting that thing's all locked down. Whoa, I hit the wrong button, guys. Open that. Close that. You two, stay. All right, I'm up. Let's go. So, yeah, the last one, the 10-wheeler, was interesting because you got the seats, like, are back here. This one, they're way up here. All right, let's go back. General Code of Operating Rules. Let me guess, that must come from the FRA. Or is that CSX? Because something I looked up, it was like the FRA goes, this is kind of what we want. And then the railroads go, okay, we'll write it this way. I mean, you would think by now that everything would be like standardized, all the tags would be the same. You know, like Amtrak uses, basically it's like they almost use, well, I think they do. They use the same codes that the airlines do, what it seems like. All 4 railroads abide by those. All 4. Union Pacific, CSX, BNSF, Norfolk Southern, and of course the Canadians do their own thing. Because it's now Canadian Pacific, Kansas City, I think is what it is, and they're red liveried with a gold beaver on the side of it. Alright, I need to go. Alright. So next we're going to pull off the one for the team track, and we'll stick that over there. It goes over in here somewhere. I already have. I can come to a stop now. Yeah, team track is right there. What? What do you mean I have to get out? I'm tired of walking. You get out. Short lines, etc. GCR is like the holy grail of railroading. Let me rephrase that. All class 1s, short lines, operate strictly by those rules set by GCR. Oh, I got you. Okay. Yep. Reverse. Boom, boom, boom. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. I know it's a little bit late. We're like halfway through January already. I was sitting down talking with a coworker, and all of a sudden we kind of both looked at each other and went, it's time to do taxes again. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Do your taxes. Awesome. So, but no, I had a good Christmas. I had a good New Year's. New Year's was nice and quiet. Did a lot of streaming. So, picked up almost a subscriber a day. which is good. For being casual about it, that's not bad. Oh wait, no. Which ones do I need? I'm going to take this whole thing with me. This is okay, this is Appalachian hardwoods up around the corner. So I'm thinking I might be taking this whole cut with me, depending on how it's set out, and drop them here and then go down the road. What we got here? Okay, and it's past my bedtime. Got to catch up on some well-needed rest. Yeah, you take care of yourself, Mr. White. I want to thank you for coming in and hanging out and giving those nice little teasers about what might be coming with Run 8. I'm trying to temper my excitement, but I'm excited. I'm just saying. No, here we go. Bryson Team Track. Okay, that's right. These two right here. Okay. I was weird. I just realized the tabs weren't up. So, but yeah, let's let the new stuff come for Run 8. But you're always welcome. Please come back. Don't be a stranger. Always welcome to have you. All right. And of course, anybody else, you guys are always welcome. My Discord channel is in the description. That's probably, if you have questions about Railroad or Run 8, don't ask me anything about Trainz yet. Trainz 2022, I'm still learning that. Yeah, and I'll end up pushing these 3. Cut this one off and then take these down. And I got R1 and G3B, so I think I got to swap some cars out down there. But these two will be easy to go. So let's go ahead and I got a handbrake set on that, and I'm good there then. All right, so let's go ahead and close this angle cock. Open this. I'm going to pull this out and get this over to the team track. So far, this is pretty easy. I think, well, this one's easy. It was it the, oops. Oh, I fell off. I'm not safe anymore. Days without an accident. 1. Scratch that. Put in forward first, and then blow your horn. There you go. Handbrake cut in, independent brake. That's interesting. You sit here, and then have to reach back and grab the reverser. Interesting. Thinking I got to go all the way down, cross over, go all the way down, and then come back on this outside track out here to get to where I need to go. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So ultimately what I'd like to do is eventually get a little switcher in here so I can just drop the cars off. So I can go drop cars off and then use the switcher to move them around and then bring out the cut. So that way when I'm on the road train, which on the road, you know, this one here, it's just pick up the cars and take them, make it real quick work. So that way eventually, like making the trip up and down the road, you guys aren't going to see that as much as you're going to see switching the cars. If I do it, you're going to see a lot of using the AI. And I think the next thing that I want to work on, milestone-wise, in progress, I've got the diesel fueling station to Dillsboro being worked on, and then signals from Whittier to Bryson. I want to get those signals in. And then once that's done, I got to decide if I want to do the bridge line to Fontana yet or not. I'm not sure. All right, let's get out of here. Yep, I'm clear of that. Let's bring that to a stop. Whoa. All right, let's go get up on the car, get in the stirrup. All right, off the ground. Go ahead and put it in reverse. Come on back. A little jagged right here, and just notice. I don't know if that they meant to draw it that way. That's the problem I'm having on Trainz 2022 right now. Is I'm laying track, and I get these little jagged, and I'm trying to make that nice and smooth like they would do in the real world. And there is a way to do it. I think I'm just trying to do too much too quick, and I need to do a lot of little micro changes. And I don't know what I'm talking about. I just know that Trainz 2022 is brand spanking new, and I got a lot to learn. But you know what? It's worth it. It's worth. I mean, and it was on sale. I don't know if it's still on sale, but I know. Well, I think it might be off sale now. But it was on sale during the holidays, and I could not resist. Yep, we're going right into here. So let's go ahead and slow this down a little bit. Start coming off of it. All right. Those are the ones I left over there. I don't know about that one over there. Watch me get knocked off by the dock right here. Slowing down. Independent brake. Come on down a little bit. Bleed the independent brake. I'll come back a little bit more. Oh, $78 per each for each car. Okay. There we go. That'll get enough. So $78 per car. So yep, we look at the tag, and you can see right down the bottom of the tag, it actually highlighted. You can't see that one too far away. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, we're good. All right. So let's go ahead and tie these down. There we go. Come down here, close that angle cock, cut that loose. All right. So before we pull out, let's look at the switch list, and we've got that one's done, that one's done, that one's done, that one's done. All right. So I have a just stop here, pick up in Bryson, location Bryson, destination Standard Oil. And these two are going to Bryson. And then I have, there's one in Whittier House track I need to pick up. Stenzel. So I got 1, 2, One in Ella on the way back I got to pick up. And then in Whittier itself, the house, one on the house track, one in Stensel got to pick up. These are already sitting in the East Whittier interchange, so those got to go down to Silva. And this one's sitting in the East Whittier, so I just got these three. So let's go take a look before I go any farther. Go get rid of that. I'm gonna run down here and see. I thought if I remember correctly, I think I went around and looked at all these. Freight, yep, they're already checked off. So I've got one Appalachia Hardwood going to the Silver Interchange. So I got actually 3 cars in Appalachian Hardwoods that go to the Silver Interchange, and I got 3 cars sitting here in Bryson to go Appalachian Hardwood. 2 go to Appalachian Hardwood, 1 go to Standard Oil. Okay, so all right, easy enough. Let's go do it. So we're going to be dropping off these 3, leaving with 3, and picking up some on the way back. So depending on time, which we got about 30 minutes. Let's see if we can get done in 30 minutes here. All right, so I've already cut that loose. Let's go ahead and come on up here. Come on, Bob. You can't see me doing it, but I'm like rotating my hand in the air here. Tell him, come on forward. There's nobody sitting there. It's a ghost train. I love the way they modeled this. I mean, even the brakes here work pretty cool. I know the first day I ran that, even the brake shoes here, you can see them move. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Not bad work. All right. Let's head on down to where the bridge is at. Standard Oil should be just a drop off. I like the whistles. That's cool. I know that opened. Oh, what else would work? That was pretty cool. Overrun on that doesn't seem to work. All right. Well, that's B on the keyboard. Presser. But yeah, that'd be the thing to do ultimately, is get a little switcher, make the money, put a switcher down in Dillsboro, or if, you know, little tiny switcher could also be the local, Dillsboro, and then work Silva, and then come back. All right, let's go ahead and stop right here on the bridge. That should be clear enough. And get a switcher for here in Bryson. Maybe even one in Whittier. I need some water. I've got a headache coming on. Ugh. Then I think also too, well, I've got the 10-wheeler that you get when you start playing Railroader. That one's sitting in the shop being repaired. That probably won't be ready until tomorrow. So I'll use the consolidated for freight, and then what I'll do is when the 10-wheeler becomes active again, I'm just going to use it for passenger service. And I will bring the cars and everything up here, turn them. And so it'll be I'll start running passenger service from Bryson down to Silva with all the stops in between, and then come back the other way and do that. So I'm thinking the routine then would be come up in the morning at 6 when it starts, game time in the morning, 6 o'clock. Run the Mikado and the skeleton cars up and get them loaded with logs. Let them sit there for at least an hour. So they should almost be loaded now. And then bring them, when they're loaded, bring them back down. And then I pick, work freight, and then maybe after I get the logging, those logging cars dropped off, go run passenger service in one direction, and then pull off somewhere and get out of the way, and then go work freight. When I'm done with freight, then run passenger service the other way, and then bring the logs down. And if I do it right, though, I can do, at the beginning of the stream, I was actually saying that I could do two runs in one day from bringing logs down to the sawmill. And that might be time to expand out, once I pay the loan off, expand the logging with another 4 cars. And so instead of bringing 8, I can get 12 cars of logs at the sawmill, which that'll expand the amount. Like, I noticed that the track at the sawmill is getting longer, because I went from, dropping off 3 cars to dropping off 4 cars to 5 to 6, now to 7. So if I start bringing in pulpwood cars that I could bring pulpwood down and just start doing that on my own. Some thoughts, general thoughts, guys, just general thoughts. But that's where I say that, honestly, you got the little simulation in here on how to run a steam engine and everything, but it's not really a simulator as it is a railroad game. So if you think of, and I'm just thinking of this now, but if you think of like Railroad Tycoon, good game, nothing wrong with it. This is like being in Railroad Tycoon, and you have to do the work. Instead of just telling the trains where to go to make money, you actually have to do the work. And that is pretty darn cool. All right, I got an open valve down here. That's what that little yellow triangle is. You can hear it hissing. Let's close that off. And then we're going to go ahead and open the handbrake. All right, so we're ready to start pushing. I'm going to ride the car. Come on up and make sure we're going to come back slowly. And I'll start flipping switches as I'm going down. I'm not going to stop the train at every switch. I'm just going to try to, like that one. So now it's reversed, so we should be, normal would be going that way. Then we get closer, we'll make sure this one's switched. I am going to try to keep about 5 miles an hour until we get out of the yard. I do want to turn the engine when I come back with cars. I'm going to go in there and go to the roundhouse and turn the engine. And that way I'm pushing back to Silva. Since Silva's the interchange yard, I want to be going forward with the locomotive toward Bryson. All right, this one's good. It's got still being processed. That's cutting over. I think I get to cut over. I got to be on this track over here, but I think I can do that up here if I remember correctly. I was saying earlier, usually by the time I get done with a 2-hour stream, I've got everything in Railroader down, and then I go back to Run8, and I try to play, it's like trying to use the same commands for Railroader and Run8. It don't work. Back up to 5 miles an hour here. Alright, are we out through the switches yet? Not yet. Alright, close enough. Let's go ahead and get her up to speed here. Well, at least 10 miles an hour. I do eventually have to keep going east because I know that somewhere in the east there is a coal mine and I need coal cars. Go fill those up and bring them down and put coal here. This always fools me coming back. That goes down into the Y. And I want to take that track, but leave it switched. Okay, it does come across right there. Cool. All right. And I think up right around the corner, up around the bend up there is where Standard Oil is. So I wonder what other plans that they have for railroad. I mean, for early access, this is pretty amazing. Alright, this one right here, that switch, I believe is what goes down to standard oil. So I'm going to come off and we're going to go past the switch, and then we're going to tie down the other two cars for Appalachian hardwoods. And we'll go down. We have to go down this hill here. And we go off to the right as Appalachian hardwoods. If we continue straight, that's actually the next branch that goes off that I have not even started working on yet. And actually right now I don't have any intention to really start working on it. So, alright, we got a little crossing down here. We're going to go and we'll stop just short of that. Don't want to block it. But that's also to make sure that the two cars we're going to leave on the track here are not in the foul. Bring it to a stop. Alright. Here it says we are safe to get off. Oh. Where are you? There you are. Alright, let's put that on. Close that. Open that. Gotta go this way. There we go. Now I'm up. Give him the signal. We should be able to pull back here. Now, I guess technically I should have put those cars there, but since I'm the only train on this route, I can leave them there. But then again, if that's going to be the main, this is the main line here, where this is a little spur, that's the best place to put them. If I ever get around to doing multiplayer, I should do multiplayer on this. It'd be kind of cool. All right, Bob, just about a half a car. That'll do. Clear. All right. He's going to do a stop. Perfect. Thank you, sir. Now, I think on these industries, at this point, I think I can only do tier 1. I was looking at the other day, trying to figure out which ones I want to upgrade the tiers. I think everything up to Ella, however you want to pronounce it, is tier 2 or 3. Bryson's only tier 1 for some reason. I'm going to be picking up speed here, so it's going to be a little bit of brakes. Just a tad. Yep, see, I just came off of it a little bit, and alright, we're going to hold it right about, yeah, look at that, perfect, holding about 6, we're picking up a little bit. Couple more pounds there, 6.9, 7, still picking up. Let's go ahead. There we go. Now we're slowing down. Lead off the independent. 2.9. All right, we're slowing down. That's good. About where I want to be is under 3. Now, if I really wanted to be efficient, I could pull this one out, stick the other one in, because this one's going to get emptied before the one I'm bringing in does. But I don't think it can be that efficient. All right. And there's $78. Not bad. All right. And they got room for at least one more car in here if they need it. Okay. So this one's got 8,000 gallons. This one's got 3,000 gallons. So, yeah. In about 2 more days, I'll probably be coming to get this one. It'll be a pickup. Oh, how about if I do this? Let's go ahead. I'll set that handbrake to. Don't want oil cars getting loose. All right, sir. Go ahead and pull forward. No, that was reverse. Go forward. There we go. I know what I'm doing. Like I always say, I make the mistakes so you guys don't have to. All right. Pull up. We're almost there. Got to pull up, and then we'll go back and we can push those other 2 cars and do. We got. What did I say? You got 2 coming out, 3 coming out. We'll see. All right. Let's look at the switch list. Boom. Standard oil dropped off. All right. So 2 Bryson. That's the ones down there, because that's what that says. When it says Bryson, it's general. But then I've got 3 here, right down here. 3 for Appalachian hardwood. So I've got 1 on R1, so I'm dropping 1 on R1, picking 1 up. I have 1 on G3B, so I'm dropping 1 at G3B, which is in the back. That's 1 long track, so A is in the front, B is in the back. So we were doing a little bit of switching down there. All right, let's go get some work done. So what I'm going to do is I've got a whopping 4 minutes left, but I'm going to keep going until I get Appalachian hardwoods done and get those cars to Bryson, and then we'll call it. That'll be a good one. Good time to stop there, save the day, and we can pick that up the next time we stream. I promise you know what? I'm going to make the promise that I'm not going to work this unless I stream. So you guys get to see. I did a lot of work. I did like 12 days from my, game days from between streams here on Railroader. That's not fair to you guys. That was bad on me. Shame on the lazy farmer. Hit the tab key to turn the tabs off. Turn them back on again. So, okay, R1 is going to be right up against the locomotive, and then was it G3B? Go down under 3 miles an hour. I don't want to hurt my new locomotive and tender. All right. What I'm going to do though is I am going to jump over this, and I am not going to connect that at this time. I'm going to actually do this. Left control and click on it, and I'm going to bleed the air out of them. So the brakes, do the same thing on this one. Bleed. It's right around the corner, so I'm just going to use the brakes on the locomotive, and then I need to turn off the handbrake. And of course, the little yellow symbol down there is because we're not connected here, and that's why. I'm connected to the car, but it says I don't have any air, but I did that on purpose. So I'm going to go down here, ride on this car. Okay. Whoop, I just jumped off. Come on, dude. Stay on the car. There we go. Thank you. Come ahead. Now, I was sitting there moving. Was holding the throttle down with the left mouse button, and then I just happened to move my mouse and then click the right mouse button, and it shut it off. So I don't know if we call that a bug or a feature, but I don't know. Maybe yeah. If I hit the right mouse button, it brings me right to the center of the screen, and if I happen to be holding my left mouse button down on the throttle and then hit that, it goes to the center of the screen and puts it to 0. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. You know, it's irritating me to do that. Let's go ahead and slow down a little bit. Here's the independent. Alright, I can see Appalachian hardwoods through the trees around there. They'll be coming into clear sight here in just a moment. We're going to pull up short of the first switch, and we're going to plan out what we're going to do here. Alright, so we're going to it's already reversed. Alright. Let's go on in there. What's around the bend on there? I haven't looked. Alright, we're going to stop here and take a look. Let everything sit there. Thank you. Alright. Come down here. Alright, so that one's going to Silva. And of course it is, oh, these two. Alright, so effectively, what I'm going to do, that's a G3A. That's G3A as well too. So the G3As, I know if I stop right even with the dock on the other side, that's G3A. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to push in. I'll push these two into this one, bring them both out, set them out, put that one G3B here up against the bumper, kinda. Push the other one back in. And then I think as I'm pulling these out, I'll pull that out. And the ones I'm taking with me, I'll put on this track here, and that should... Yeah, I think I'll drop all these two off, and then I'll take the one that needs to go back, put it back in there. So, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So we are going to... Let's go grab this one first. No, I don't want that one first. I want these two here. So I'll grab those two first. So I want it, that way it'll end up putting all the Silva cars together. All right, so we're going to come back off the brakes. Back a bit. So I don't know where this goes or where this goes. So got some things to discover yet. Not yet available. So Bryson Bridge line to Fontana. Marcus there. Brooks. I don't even see Fontana on the map. Thinking this goes out that way, continues it this way to wherever Fontana is or whatever is in here. Knows, maybe I should do it. Well, I gotta pay my loan first. So I have $900 to my name. I owe $6,000, and my first interest payment is $600 in 4 days, so 10% interest. So the more I pay that down, the more that goes down. So it is to my best interest to pay those off as fast as possible. So I'll be no expansion for a while. All right, I'm done looking at all this stuff. Let's go ahead and speed this thing up a little bit and get this work done. But that's what happens when you don't watch your equipment and do your maintenance. So my other locomotive, I had to buy this locomotive I'm using right now, this consolidated, because my 10-wheeler was down to 85%, I think is what it was, and it's sitting in the shop, and I just put it there, so, and I haven't advanced today, so it's not even close to being fixed. And right about there. Perfect. All right. So come off of there. Let's see. I don't think. Oh, yeah, these. Oh, bleed that one. That one's already bled. That one's already bled. Okay. So let's come off and brake. We're going to connect to this one. These two have to go to Silva. And right there, Bob. All right. Oh, it's up here. There it is. All right. So everything's bled, but I am going to lace them up. I'm just not going to air them up right now. We'll open that one. We'll open that one. Make sure this one's closed right now. actually this one stays. So those two go. So actually I don't want this one open or connected. All right, let's go pull forward. And then we'll push back and grab that car. Then we'll get them out of our way, and then we can get some other work done. Oh, too many. All right, come off the throttle a little bit. We're just going to let it coast. Two cars, Bob. One car. Half a car. That'll do, Bob. All right. And now we'll run down. And that puts all three cars that are going to Silva together. Then we'll take them, pull forward, and put them on this track, and then we'll put everything back where they are supposed to go. All right. Get into reverse. He saw my hand signal. He's coming on back. Now this is where I usually make my mistake. I don't want, because since I'm using just the independent brake, and my cars are not aired up, so I have no train brake, I don't want to get going too fast. The more weight I add on it, the slower it's going to take for it to come to a stop. So slow it down. 3 miles an hour, be good. And that'll be good, Bob, right there. Ooh, that put it right up against the bumper. You heard that bang? Let's double check something here. Okay, condition is still at 100%. Boom. But yeah, I hit it and then I heard a bang. Look at that, right up against the bumper. Not good. Not good, farmer. Not good. Bob, put the pencil down. You're not going to write me up on that one. You're the one that hit it too hard. I told you to stop. You didn't. All right, we're going to pull it past this switch here, and then we're going to push those three cars back down this line here, and then we'll put everything back. Oh, I got to run back down and come off the, take off the handbrake. Yeah, there it is. There we go. Now we can run back down to the switch. All right, Bob, pull it forward. Cool, cool. All right. Almost like we know what we're doing. I bet this for a little over 2 hours, so I think the logging cars should be full and loaded. So we can AI that back to the sawmill. All right, Bob, you can slow that down. Going a little bit there, a little fast for these railroad operations here. All right, that'll do, Bob. Bring it to a stop. Thank you. All right, we're going to come down to right in here. That way we are not in the foul. So let's go ahead and go backwards. On my hand signal reverse, he's pushing back. All right, one car, Bob. You can start stopping. Here we go. And that's a much better stop, Bob. I like that. Keep doing it that way. All right. Handbrake. Oh, wrong side. Handbrake's down here. We'll set both of those since they're right there. All right, we're going to come up here. Pull that. All right, we pulled the pin. All right, so we have, what do we got? Appalachian hardwoods. Appalachian G3B. And that's G3A. So actually this one needs to go in first. So I can actually leave this one here. Ooh, I should have pushed back. That should be good enough. Unlock that one. So I can push this one in first. Then I'll push this one in here. And I'll come back and get the last one and put that right at near the end of the dock. And we should be good to go. And we'll go back and take this back to Bryson then. So we're going to go ahead and pull forward. Cool, cool. All right. One thing about this game, man, they came up with some decent, so far, some decent switching puzzles. Silva is an interesting puzzle in itself. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. All right, let's get on here. We're going to ride the stirrup a little bit. All right, Bob, I'm off the ground. Go ahead and push back. There he goes. Gravity was already starting to push us. Or pull us. Something to us. We're not going to put this car up against the bumper. That would be bad. Same thing with the other one too. Yeah, right now we're working for the bank. Kind of jumping around right there. Maybe a little bit of smoothing of the video right here. This shouldn't be jumping like this. I mean, I don't know, maybe. Rough rails. So this section of the track right here, right about in here to the end of the dock, is G3A. G3B is one little spot, one car length right here next to the bumper. That's where we're going with this car. So now I'm wondering if, as business starts booming for this company, if it's like the Sawmill, if this little lead starts going out, so we'll start growing out because we might need more room for more cars for outgoing product, or obviously this might be coal. This is coal fired because this has got a car full of, we got, yeah, 50 tons of coal. So whatever they're doing, they're burning coal to make it work. Good job. All right, let's go ahead and bring this to a stop. All right, we're good. $81, not bad, guys. Set the handbrake. And we're not even connected. So we're going to go ahead and pull that and, oops, I can ride this one. I think I'm on the wrong side though. That could kill me. All right, anyway. Pull forward. Thank you, Bob. You saw my hand signal there. This car here goes on this track right there. We gotta go bring one more car, bring it over here, the one that was here, put it right here at the end of the dock, and then we head back to Bryson, and that will be the end of the show. So, coming to an end here. Been at it for 2 hours. We'll save the game. It's 12 o'clock game time anyway, so it's time for lunch. So, they'll have lunch when they get back to Bryson. Apparently the cafeteria there in the depot is pretty decent. I think they're serving squirrel today. Not sure. I'm kidding, of course. That wouldn't have been the worst thing I ever ate. And yeah, I have tried squirrel. All right. All right, Bob, let's try not to get up against the bumper on this one. Leave ourselves a little bit of room. In fact, you might want to slow it down a little bit, Bob. Let's get under 5 miles an hour there. Thank you. All right, Bob, that's good. About a half a car length. Let's go ahead and start bringing her down. Yep, that works right there, Bob. Good job. $78 for this car being delivered. And then before the day's out, we'll get all those other cars that we're picking up and getting taken over to Silva, to their interchange yard. We get paid for all those. So we'll make some money here today. All right, let's get on board. Oh, trying to get on the seat. There we go. And we'll lean out the window. The light on the back of this thing kind of fooled me a little bit. Alright, we'll pull up just past this switch. That'll do. Come on back. Come here. That one, and then we'll come on back. Let's grab this car here. And then we'll go back and we'll put it right at the end of that dock, right down there. Come on. Nice touch. I probably recoupled down here because I had uncoupled this one earlier. Sure did. Yep, coupler. Alright, we're good. Be bled. Yep. That will do, Bob. Alright. And I gotta go down and flip this switch. Back to normal. Alright. Get on the stirrup. And we'll ride her back. Watch out, everybody. Bob's coming through. Here we go. Actually, I'm thinking I probably could have done this a little more efficiently if this, well, this doesn't go anywhere right now. So, not that I'm aware of. Oh, that's right, I want to slow this one down because we're slowing down already, but I want to slow it down a little bit more. And one thing is you got the symbols of above the car here. When they all kind of go grayed out, that means it's in the right spot. So we'll look at the symbol above this car, but yeah, we get right down here to the end of the dock. We should be good. A starts, this is all B back here. A starts up here. You can see where B starts, B stops. So coming up, and there we go. Well, that looks good right there. And it's grayed out. You can see we're so in the right spot. Okay, awesome. Almost like we know what we're doing, Bob. All right, let's go forward. All right, come up past the switch. All right, that'll do. Turn those off. We don't need those anymore. We know which ones we're getting. Grab these. We'll go back to Bryson, and then we're going to call it a show. So it's been fun. I think it's some good conversation. At the beginning, we talked about, well, the 3 train programs or games or simulators, however you want to word it. Well, one's a simulator. This one I consider, this is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I like Railroader. It's a lot of fun, but it's more of a game because it's got that financial aspect to it. Run8, full-blown simulator. Trainz 2022. That's more of a model railroad simulator. So, and its strength is in its building, which is something I'm playing with. I just bought it over the holidays. It was on sale on Steam. Good price too. Sure, these are all laced up. Angle cocks open, and I got an open one back here. You can hear it. There's that. Awesome. And the next thing, we'll take off the handbrakes. That one's okay. I think it's these two up here. That one and that one. We're purple. No errors down there. Perfect. Okay. Let's get on board. Oh, come on. All right. I'm going to lean out and there we go. I just like to play with the horn. Alright, 3 cars in tow. While we're coming into Bryson, let's look at our switch list. Alright, so that one got dropped off. That one got dropped off. All of these here that are set for Silva interchange, they won't go get check marks until we get them all. These are the 3 we got in tow right now. On our way back, we got to stop at Ela House to pull that one, and then I think it's Whittier. There's Stenzel Manufacturing we got to pull, and then one on the Whittier house track we got to pull. So we'll have 3, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna have 14 cars going back to the Silver Interchange. But we'll do that on the next stream. So, and the next one then I'm going to look at as well too. We'll go ahead and get the logging cars down first before we do anything else. But of course, if you do watch my content and you enjoy it, please, as usual, click that subscribe button, click the notification button so you know when I go live, and give the thumbs up because that helps the analytics. And then, of course, if you know of anybody else that loves Train, hey, share the videos out. Love Trains, man. I am a Train nut. So I do Railroader, Run8, and then as I start to learn more aspects of Trainz 2022, it's not just enough to run the trains. I think what I'm seeing out there and what I'm finding it hard to find are how-to videos. And so I think there's a lot of content that's available there, and that's my intent, is to bring that. As I learn, I will share what I learn with you guys. That's what the Lazy Farmer does. Another thing too, farming sim. That's back on the. Honestly, that's back on the streaming. I only got like 1 or 2 videos maybe of that. I finally found a map that I really like. I know it's been around there for a while. It's not new, but it took me it took me a while to find that map. So I will show you that the next time I stream Farming Sim. So I think Farming Fridays is what's coming here. So in fact, I think it will. Since I just said that, it'll be Farming Fridays. I'll do Farm Sim for a couple of hours. But my mainstay is Run8 Train Simulator. Run8 version 3. It is the most accurate train simulator in terms of physics on how modern day trains in the era of 1995 to 2005, how they operate. And I've broken couplers. I've derailed. Yeah, it's an amazing simulator. It really is. I was looking for something that was going to be fairly accurate in simulations, and that's the one that I chose. It's the best. Trainz 2022 is great. The physics on that definitely emulate how a model railroad would operate. And like I said, here in Railroader, like this, visually appealing. Operation, how they modeled. I mean, you get down, you can even see the brakes clamped down on the wheels, and here, I mean, really good modeling, excellent game. But it's a game, and that's okay. I mean, sometimes I just want to play a game. I don't want to do realistic railroad. So, but then other times I do want to do realistic railroad, and I bring that content to you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. So here we are. We're pulling in the Bryson. And we're going to pull in. We should be lined up to go right into the yard. And once we get into the yard, we're going to go ahead and bring this to a stop. And I will call it a night. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. And as always, Mr. White, thank you for your conversation. I know you've gone to bed, but I'm going to say thank you to you anyway. Medic Matt, yep. Get into my Discord, buddy. I think you're already there. We will go ahead and have that conversation. I'll help you out with Run8 and see what we can figure out for you. And as always, anybody else, if you were interested in train simulators and whatnot, hey, there's always my Discord channel. You can leave me messages there. Leave me messages in YouTube as well. Comment section. I would be glad to answer. I read them all, and I try to get around to answering them all, but sometimes that takes a while. Discord tends to be a little bit faster for me. So we got some content coming up between Mohawk Selkirk and the Pittsburgh line in Run8. Of course, we'll keep doing Railroader in a whole bit. So once again, as I'm pulling into the yard here, this is Kurt H. I am the Lazy Farmer. You guys have a good evening. Thanks for being with me. See you tomorrow.